Hello friends, myself Darshan Pandit, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering from Walchand Institute of Technology, Solapur. So today we are going to discuss about business values of security and control in securing information system. So at the end of the session, student will be able to examine the legal requirement for electronic record management. So in this we are going to see legal and regulatory requirement for electronic record management, electronic evidence and computer forensic, and organizational framework for security and control. So in firms, information assets have tremendous values, and they can be devastating if they are lost, destroyed, or placed in a wrong hands. So, inadequate security and control results in serious legal liability. But a sound security and control framework protect business information assets and thus can produce high returns on investment. So, there is a Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act HIPAA of 1996, which outlines medical security and privacy rules and procedures for simplifying the administration of healthcare, billing, and automating the transfer of healthcare data between healthcare providers. Okay. And there is a Financial Service Modernization Act of 1999, known as Gramm-Leach-Billey Act, which requires financial institutions to ensure the security and confidentiality of customer. So, if you work in a public traded company, so your company will need to comply with public accounting reforms and the Investor Protection Act of 2002, which is better known as Sarbanes-Oxley Act data. So, it is fundamentally about ensuring that internal controls are in place to govern the creation and documentation of information in financial statements. So, security, control, and electronic record management have become essential for responding to legal actions. So, much of evidence white collar crime often in digital form. So, it may be stock fraud or theft of company trade secret or computer crime or evil cases. So, here in addition to the information from printed or typewritten pages, legal cases. So, today increasingly rely on the evidence presented as a digital data stored on portable devices as well as email, instant messages and e-commerce transaction over internet. So, and computer forensic is the scientific collection, examination, authentication, preservation and analysis of data held or retrieved from computer storage media in such a way that information can be used as a evidence in the court of law. Okay. So, it deals with the following problems, that is recovering data from computers while preserving evidential integrity. So, you need to develop a security policy and plan for keeping your business running if information systems aren't operational or at risk. So, information system control both manual and automated, and they consist of general and application control, where general control governs the design, security and use of computer programs and security of data files, and in general throughout the organization information technology infrastructure, where the general control apply to all computerized application and consist of combinations of hardware, software, and manual procedure that can create an overall control environment. So, application control are specific control unique to each computerized application such as payroll or order processing. So, they include both automated and manual procedure to ensure that application control are completely and accurately processed. So, application controls are classified as input control, processing control, and output control. So, input control check data for accuracy and completeness, where processing control establish that data are complete and accurate during updating, and the output control ensures that the result of computer processing are accurate, complete, and properly distributed. So, there are types of general controls like software control, which monitors the use of system software and prevent unauthorized access of software program, and the hardware control ensures that computer hardware is physically secure and check for equipment malfunction, and computer operations control that oversee the work of computer department to ensure that programmed procedures are constantly and correctly applied to the storage and processing of data. Security and control, data control ensures that valuable business data files on either disk or tapes are not subject to unauthorized access. Implementation control audits the system development process at various point to ensure the process is properly controlled and managed. And administrative control formalize standard rules, procedures, and control disciplines to ensure that organization general and application controls are properly executed and enforced. Okay. So, here you can pause the video and answer the question. So, which general control is responsible for auditing the system development process at a specific point in order to ensure the process is properly controlled and well managed. Okay. So, software control, hardware control, computer operation control, data security control, implementation control, and administrative control. So, the correct answer is option E, implementation control. Okay. So, a risk assessment determines the level of risk to the firm in a specific activity or a process is not properly controlled. Okay. So, business managers working with information system specialists should try to determine the value of information assets or the point of vulnerability which are likely, or what is the frequency of a problem and what are the potential for the damage. Okay. So, the table illustrate sample result of risk assessment for online order processing system, okay, that processes 30,000 orders per day. So, the highest and lowest possible loss that could be expected each time. So, okay. So, once the risk have been assessed, the system builder will concentrate on control points with the greatest vulnerability and potential for the loss. Okay. And once if you identified the main risk to your system, so your company will need to develop a security policy which consists of statement ranking information risk or identifying acceptable security goals, identifying the mechanism for achieving these goals. The security policy drives other policies determining acceptable use of the firm's information resources and which members of the company have access to its information asset. So, an acceptable use policy AUP defines acceptable use of firm's information resource and computing equipments, including desktop, laptop computer, wireless devices, telephones and the internet. So, a good AUP defines unacceptable and acceptable actions for each and every user of a company. So, security policy also include provisions for identity management, and this identity management consists of business process and software tools for identifying valid user of a system and controlling their access to system resources. This figure represent how an identity management system might capture uh, the access rules for different level of users in human resource function. A disaster recovery planning device a plan for restoration of computing and communication services after they have been disrupted. So, business continuity planning focus on how company can restore business operation after the disaster strike, and business continuity plan identifies ethical business processes and determines action plan for handling mission critical functions if system goes down. So, an MIS audit examines the firm's overall security environment as well as the control governing individual information system. The auditor should trace the flaws of sample transaction through the system and perform the test. So, the MIS audit may also examine data quality and security audit review technology, procedures, documentation training and personnel. So, a thorough audit will even simulate an attack or disaster to test the response of the technology and the system staff and business employees. So, the audit list and rank all controls weakness and estimate the probability of their occurrence. Okay. So, it then assesses the financial and organizational impact of each threat. So, this is the reference which I used to create this video. Thank you.